Good morning, everyone. I am Shyla Mae Draculan, and the topic that I will discuss for today is all about observation checklist. So first, let's define what is observation checklist. So the observation checklist is a strategy to monitor specific skills, behaviors, or dispositions of individual students or all of the students in the class. So an observation checklist is a list of things that an observer is going to look at when observing a class, such as their skills, their behavior, and as well as the dispositions of every student in the whole class. Also, it is a record-keeping device for teachers to use to keep track of who has mastered the targeted skills and who still need help. So, ang observation checklist ay nagsisilbing record-keeping device ng mga teachers to know who among the students has already mastered the targeted skills and kung sino pa ang kailangang i-develop or tulungan pa para mag-develop siya like the other students. Also, an effective observation checklist include the student's name, space for 4 or 5 targeted areas, a code or rating to determine to what degree the student has or has not demonstrated the skill, and a space for comments or anecdotal notes. And also, the date may be included to show developmental growth as well. So that is the example of observation checklist. So in the example, as you can see, there are the list of things that an observer is going to look when observing on the class, such as students are asking questions, are the students working collaboratively, and many more. Also, the name of the teacher, the date, the class or the section where you observe, and the name of the school as well should be on the observation checklist. So let's proceed on how the observation checklist use. So observation checklists are used as formative assessments which focus on specific behaviors, thinking, social skills, writing skills, speaking skills, or athletic skills. Also, peers can use checklists to assess the progress of another student. Cooperative group members can monitor the entire group progress. These checklists can then be shared and discussed among group members to determine who need additional help in different areas and how the whole group is performing overall. So checklists can also be used as performance task assessment lists. Also, these lists including the criteria for a specific project or performance and sometimes the point value that will be assigned to each criterion. So in addition, these types of lists can also be developed into rubrics that provide indicators of quality. Now, why we use observation checklist? So, the checklist provides a quick and easy way to observe and record many of the skills, criteria, and behaviors prior to the final test or summative evaluation. So, an observation checklist allows teachers to record information quickly about how students perform in relation to specific outcomes from the program of studies. Too often, a teacher does not realize that a student is in danger of falling until it is too late. Also, checklists show teachers and students the areas of concern early enough to be able to help the student before she or he fails the test or the exam. So, to reiterate, through observation checklist, nalalaman ng teacher who among the students mastered the targeted skills and those students who still needs help. So, the teacher can do some ways to help the student cope up or develop to master the targeted skills as well. That is why we should use observation checklists. So now, let's proceed to the tips in using observation checklists. So first, determine specific outcomes to observe and assess. Decide what to look for. Write down criteria or evidence that indicates the student is demonstrating the outcome. Second, ensure students know and understand what the criteria are. So, be sure that the students understand what information will be gathered and how it will be used. So number 3, target your observation by selecting 4 to 5 students per class and 1 or 2 specific outcomes to observe. So, collect observations over a number of classes during a reporting period and look for patterns of performance. And fourth, date all observations. So, ensure the checklists are dated to provide observations over a period of time. So number 5, develop a data gathering system such as a clipboard for anecdotal notes, a checklist or rubric, or a video or audio recorder. 6, share observations with students, both individually and in a group. Make observations specific and describe how this demonstrates or promotes thinking and learning. So for example, Eric, you contributed several ideas to your group's top 10 list. You really help your group finish their tasks within the time limit. So that is the example of number 6. So let's proceed to number 7. Use the information gathered from observation to enhance or modify future instruction. So, meaning, one advantage of observation checklist is you can use the informations you gathered for future purposes, such as use it to improve or develop your teaching strategies. So that's the end of my discussion for today. Once again, I am your reporter number 36, Shyla Mae Draculan. I hope you learned something and thank you for listening. Have a good day, everyone!